Do you feel the vibes?
Hello my sexy subscribers and new newbies. In today's video we are going over my last loot from a week at video. In today's video, as you can see on screen, we are doing loot at 1 week at Wintertodt. This video was a struggle to make because Wintertodt after a week, as you can imagine, is not very fun. But I can definitely say after opening up 200 plus boxes, it was worth it. On screen, as you can see, this is my last game, as you can guess, for 99. This week was a super easy week for me, and I would say I put in 20 hours into Wintertodt, which is about half as many hours as you need to max. So I went from about 91 firemaking all the way to 99. In this last inventory, as you can see on screen, I am using monkfish. My typical setup was Sarah brews. I would bring about 10 Sarah brews, and that would get me around 13 games completed. And if you just need to bring food, I usually like to bring 4 to 6 regular food, and then that will last me about 1 to 2 games. In my average game, I was getting about 500 to 750 points, and as you can see here, we're about to end the last game to get me that 99. See, when I typed this statement out, I knew I was never going to make it in life. I put 99 cooking instead of fire making, gave the boys in Wintertodt chat a good lol. That chat is so crazy. It's so ridiculous, the things people say in that chat. It's probably the only thing that made this grind for this week bearable, because otherwise Wintertodt becomes extremely boring as a game. On screen, I am now showing you all the boxes I had. I literally was running out of bank space because you can't stack the boxes, and they were taking up so much room in my bank. It was crazy. We're going to start opening this. I'm probably going to speed this up a little bit, and what I like to do is I like to keep all the pieces in the valuable stuff towards the top, but then what ended up happening is I was just running out of inventory space, so I started putting some of it in my bank, keeping some in my inventory. But at the very end, I will show you a collection of everything, as well as some other surprises along the way while opening these up. Also, one last thing is that I already have the full pyro set before I started stacking these boxes, so if you do not have the full pyro set, do not wait to open boxes like this. You want to get that pyro set as soon as possible to maximize the XP gains while playing Wintertodt. And one other thing to note is that in my first 1 to 90 video, or 50 to 90, I had not gotten a single tome. So as you're about to see, I get a few rare drops in this next clip coming up, and it blew my mind. Not only do I end up getting a tome later on in this opening, right here, as you can see, I end up getting the Phoenix pet. That is a 10% drop rate all the way to 99. I didn't even realize that at first until people around me started reacting to it, and I was like, what the hell, a Phoenix? And then I back off, and I don't have the original reaction, but I was honestly opening up these and I was absolutely stunned. This is my first pet at all on old school, and I've been playing since release, guys. So I've never gotten a pet, and my first pet happens to be the Phoenix. I think one of the rarest pets probably in the game. Definitely probably one of the least gotten pets, I would assume. As you can see, some of the people are congratulating me, and I take a break from opening for a second, and just to honestly take it in, I was that surprised. As you can also see in the inventory, the pyro gear is really starting to stack up. I probably should have banked it to make opening these a little faster and also easier to edit, because this is starting to take a while. But another thing to note is I actually got a D-Axe too. That's my first D-Axe all the way from 50 to 99. So I don't think they're that common. And the real valuables coming in here are the seeds. Your Renard, your Use, and I think they're the magic seeds, maybe. They're where the real cash stacks up. Also, the burnt pages are worth a decent amount at the end. Everything else is sort of, like, they stack up because I had so many boxes, but they're not really worth that much individually. As you can see, I'm still in a bit of shock that I even got this pet. I'm definitely going to run over and get that insured after this video. Also, a pro tip for the new players to Wintertodt is that the warm gloves, you can see, I think they're at the top right part of my inventory, are not actually part of the pyro set. They don't give you any extra XP. They just act as a warm piece of clothing at Wintertodt, which some other items in the game do this as well. I think like the Inferno and Fire Cape also do this. Also, at this point, I think we're only about halfway through opening these boxes. The original clip is like 35 minutes long, so I'm trying to cut out some of it and speed up the rest to keep this video around 5 minutes. so it doesn't become something super long. Trying to keep these videos short and to the point for people who just want to see the results. I think it's also at this point where I just decided to deposit some of the stuff in my inventory, like the seeds and some other stuff, just so I can open more boxes and speed this up, because it's just taking so long. We're actually about to be done here. As you can see, the final inventory, I tried to put all the valuables in here, the seeds, all the pieces of gear I got, the tome, the pages, everything. Gonna head on over to the GE and sell this all off. I expected, to be honest, a little more cash than I ended up getting, to be honest. I expected around 10 mil in cash. But as you can see, a lot of the items actually don't sell, and I end up having to sell them for 5% less, which seems to be a trend whenever I make these videos, because I want to sell everything off in a short period and make the video concise. So I just have to put things in for maybe a little less than some of you would have to, because you could just keep the offers you wanted in there that were worth a lot and wait for people to buy them. Those extra pyro pieces are going to be, I guess, nice placeholders or just something nice to have moving forward. Also, I'm just so super stoked that I got this pet. Also, another thing to note is that I got 2 spirit seeds. Again, a drop I didn't know that the boxes even gave. I got 2 also in my demonic, or loot from demonic gorillas for a week video. These seeds are great and are definitely starting to add up and going to be great farming XP down the road. As you can see, we're here with the final cash jack, 7.5 mil for around 20 hours worth. Some nice pieces of pyro gear and the pet. As always, guys, if you are enjoying these videos and the content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I have been putting a lot of work into these videos recently, and I think they've been getting better. I'm still working on the editing. I know my editings and my cuts aren't that clean yet, but I am working on it. And as always, guys, have a good day, have a good weekend, stay safe, and peace!